Good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted to do a follow-up video from my quick estimate video I did last night, some things that I thought about this morning before the distribution amount had come out. But then I went and adjusted the spreadsheet a little bit now that we've seen that. But before I get into that, I wanted to go through the actual distributions, just in case that's all you really care about, right? But we have the YMAX and we have the YMAG there. We have our percentages up there, 25 to 31%. Of course, those will change every single month. But that's assuming that this distribution stayed exactly the same and the stock price stayed exactly the same. But anyway, so we'll just get into the distribution per share. We have the YMAX at about 53 cents a share, and we have the YMAG at 43 cents a share. So today is February 14th, so happy Valentine's Day, everybody. So today was the announcement today, which makes tomorrow the ex-dividend date. So you must own it today to get the distribution. Of course, if you want to buy it tomorrow so you can get the stock at a cheaper, or the ETF at a cheaper price, it will drop tomorrow by the amount of the distribution, and then you won't have to worry about, you'll have a lower cost basis should you be the ones to hold these funds in your accounts. And then you won't have to worry about paying taxes on this distribution or waiting to get your money back because you bought on this day. But however it is that you do your process, you do you. Just wanted to put that out there for some that may or may not know. And of course, you can see here that the payment date is on February 20th. So I did screenshot this with this first note up here talking about the management fee, which was one thing that I did not include in my calculations. So I wanted to add that in there. But let's first go to just the holdings information here. I got to thinking about this morning as I was talking with Mark from Retire on Dividends, and I have this data, and it's dated here February 6th, which means the holdings here was pulled on February 6th from their website. However, I didn't think about how normally that data is from the end of day the day before. Therefore, this is not from the end of day on February 6th. This is from that morning. So it had technically needed to have the February 7th dated data, because then that would be the end of day of the previous day. So this is going to be the data that I'm using here for these number of shares is going to be a day old. Therefore, if they repurchased or if they purchased more shares with the cash and stuff that they had, these share totals would not be correct, and you'll see that over here on the right. So we have our monthly divs. All the rest of this stuff is the same, and I've left these calculations over here the same. What I did do over here, so I've left the outstanding shares the same. Now today, when the holdings came down, the share count was different for the end of day yesterday. However, when I entered those numbers in here, it actually made the estimates not even close. So I kept the outstanding shares that were on their site from not today but yesterday. That was on there. So anyway, what I'll do, I should have deleted this. Here was the amount, the dividends, the amount that was paid there. And then the one thing I didn't have was the fee. And I am not a stock person. I am not like deep in the weeds and know how all of these funds work and how all of the fund managers work and how they do these things. But this may or may not be right, but what I did was take what the dividends paid were, and then I just did the 29% management fee of those. Again, right or wrong, I'm not sure, but I went ahead and added that here. And now if y'all know how these are actually done, please leave me a comment below. Let me know. I guess I could try to Google it and look it up myself, but I have not done so. But that would give me my new calculation here, right, which was about 34 cents. So it's not that much off. But my guess is that they ended up buying some more shares which then paid a higher dividend. Of course, it could do a return on capital. I don't know. But what I had done is try to figure it out about how much. And so to get us to about that price, they would have possibly had received dividends, an additional dividends of 54,500. Again, that may or may not be right because this data was probably a day old. And the reason I did this way is I guess I should have showed you YMAX first. But if we go back over here to YMAX, again, all of this data is the same as this morning. And then I just changed this over here. The difference I did was I added, this dividends paid is exactly the same as we had on the bottom over here. Sorry for all the moving around and zooming. But then here I added that fee of 0.29%. And then so now my calculation is just, again, it's still just a few cents. It might not even have been a few whole cents, to be honest. But let's just see if we deleted that to see what the original was. Sorry, I should have left that. So it looks like my original estimate was $53.57. Let me add that back. So taking away that fee would make it $53.41. The actual is $53.39. So it was about 0.0002 cents off if we take out that management fee. And so that's why up here this is like the same thing. I thought maybe it was the rounding over here, and it still could be a rounding thing, but I did try to do my formulas and do rounded to the nearest certain cent and stuff, but it didn't really make a difference in those. Let's see. Yeah, so over here you can see in my dividends paid, I rounded them to the nearest 2 cents instead of just letting them carry on forever. But again, when I did that, it didn't even change these numbers over here on the right. But I just wanted to follow up there on the differences. So then this next month, if I can make sure that I save the data on the correct date, and we'll recalculate this and see if this is how they're actually being calculated or not. But this gives us a better idea. This was just the first one. We'll do better at the beginning. I know Retire on Dividends is also doing it. So one of us will get this right. There's probably some other people out there that did some estimates as well. I just didn't see them. But we'll get this figured out, and then within the next month or two, then maybe we'll have this ironed out, so we'll have a better idea of those estimates for those that even care to see those estimates. But I just wanted to do a follow-up video there to help for next month for anybody that's trying to calculate it themselves. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.